A very good evening to everybody here. Thank you for joining me in this discussion about alcohol. And I have personally had a lot of experience with alcohol. I have found myself piss drunk. People had to bring me home, passed out in various places. All this had happened to me, and I've gone through the entire experience. And later, as I started to become a healer, only such people become healers. As I started to become a healer, I realized that um, you know the whole um, pathway of alcohol inside your body itself is so destructive, and it's so dangerous, and nobody tells you about it. So today I'm hoping to be that person who tells you about this, and it's very important for everybody to know. And then we've also collected a lot of questions about alcohol, but if you have any questions of your own, feel free to put it there, because I thought, when I had a lot of ideas, like when I was drinking, that because I'm working out, I'm going to work out all this alcohol, I'll burn it all off. And so I thought, since I'm working out, it's not going to affect me. I'm going to be different from all the other people who drink alcohol, and I'm going to be like super duper awesome. I can be high also, I can be healthy also, I can be awesome also. That's what I thought. And then it didn't happen. So I started drinking alcohol to impress a woman. Then I continued drinking alcohol to forget her later. Then I then started drinking alcohol because then I thought, look, if I'm happy when I'm drinking alcohol, it can't do any wrong. That's what I thought. And then I would drink alcohol. And then I would have such a good time. Such a good time I would have. But in the morning, it would be so painful when you wake up with that hangover. So after waking up with the hangover, someone told me that all you have to do is have another drink and the hangover goes away. And I was like, Areva, what a solution. So I used to do this. After I came back from the mountains, I was totally disoriented and confused, and I could not understand how people prioritize their life with all useless things. I also used to do it before I went to the mountains, learned from Mahatar Baba, and came back. After I came back, alcohol became the thing that helped me to deal with all this nonsense that I'm seeing around me. People getting married unnecessarily, then people, I don't know, just taking things on EMI and losing money unnecessarily. And I started to see all this, and I thought, oh, wait, I'm getting overwhelmed. So one day I met a drunkard, and he and I became best friends. And I even invited him to live in my house. And so then so much drinking happened. And then all the other drunkards came. Then it became a drunkard's hub. At that time, I was living in Mysore. And I thought I'd come to Mysore to teach yoga because it's a yoga hub. But soon my house became the party hub for the yogis. So all the drunks who were learning yoga came to my house to get drunk. And that's what started happening. And before I knew it, the whole thing was out of control. And people had to scrape me off the sidewalk and started to bring me home. So I am the best person to talk to you about alcohol because I've been there, done that, and I don't do it anymore. Okay, so welcome everyone to this very entertaining broadcast. And Yes, those of you who are joining from the group, please go and click on the link there and give Facebook permission to show your name. Otherwise, you'll show up for me as Facebook user, and I cannot interact with somebody called Facebook user. It's very difficult for my eyes. Okay, so come with your real name. All right. So hello, Facebook user. I don't know who you are. I know you love me, but I love you too. But I don't know who you are. See how difficult it is. Okay. And hello, Sonal. Hello. And well, who else is here? Say hello if you're here to watch this special on alcohol, the ghost, the spirit. Yeah, in alcohol, it's called alcohol, the spirit. You know that's what it means. Okay, cool. So let's start off. I just warm up with some questions till you have your own questions, and I'm also going to tell you about how much damage alcohol can cause in your body and what you can do if you're having a problem with alcohol. Okay, so we'll go over all these things. Stick around till the end, it's going to be very informative. Shashank, hi Smriti, hi Vijaya, hi everybody, welcome here. So it seems like it's a very harmless pastime for young people to indulge in, but the thing is, we don't know anything about alcohol. We just start drinking to be cool. Okay, I know many of you here have indulged in alcohol, so you'll find it very interesting what the hell you've been doing to your body. Okay, you'll understand that. Okay, let's get into it. First, let's answer the common questions people ask on the internet, and then I'll tell you some technical stuff. Okay. All right. Here's some of the common questions. What is alcohol? Alcohol is a compound um, which is like not a food. Okay. It's not a carbohydrate, it's not a fat, and it's not a protein, nor is it a micronutrient. It's a it's ethanol. Okay, it is a organic hydroxide. It doesn't make any sense, right? So don't worry about it. So alcohol is something that should not be consumed because it's not our food, and we do have a digestive pathway for some alcohol that gets produced in our own body by anaerobic respiration. Very small quantities of alcohol get produced in our own body due to anaerobic respiration, and these anaerobic respiration means when I'm going really, I'm working on lifting something maybe so heavy that I can't breathe enough oxygen to be able to break down the glucose in my muscles. So then what happens? The glucose breaks down without oxygen, and as a byproduct, some methyl alcohol is produced. So we have but the one we drink is called ethyl alcohol. Okay, methyl alcohol itself is toxic for us. Methyl alcohol is very toxic for us. Ethyl alcohol is also super toxic for us. Okay, both these alcohols are super toxic for us. So when we start breaking it down, there's two ways it breaks down. It goes to the liver, and there's a coenzyme which depends on niacin, which is produced. It's called NAH or something like that. Wait, let me check the proper name. NAD. Okay, it's a niacin-derived coenzyme. Niacin is vitamin B3. Okay, so if you have vitamin B3 only properly in your body, then you can kind of break it down. So it becomes, there's a enzyme produced called alcohol dehydrogenase, and then another one called MEOS, and all of this breaks it down. And then the final product is acetaldehyde, and then that is also broken down with aldehyde dehydrogenase, and finally we get acetic acid, which is vinegar, and that's the final product. And that vinegar we know how to eliminate from our body, and it's not so toxic. Okay, so this is what alcohol is, and alcohol is something we are not equipped to digest in large quantities, so it goes into the bloodstream very fast depending on how much food is there. If you have a lot of food in your stomach, the alcohol enters your bloodstream very slowly, and it goes straight to the brain, and then it sits. We have receptors over there. It goes and sits in those receptors, and then it throws the body into that disoriented state that we all love. Okay, so that's what we call getting high. So when you look like this, everything turns fast, the whole room turns, and then we feel that we have lost all our inhibitions, and then we feel that we can dance nicely. Some people can't dance till they've had two pegs, right? And then we feel like we can make conversation with anybody, and we're just being annoying, but we feel that we're being a great conversationalist, and the whole night we can pester someone until we pass out fully. When we pass out fully, everybody's at peace. But if we vomited and passed out, then they're not at peace because they have to clean it up. So usually if people vomited in my house, I would let them lie in their vomit, and next day morning they could clean it up when they're sober. Okay, so yes, that is what alcohol is. And why are some alcohols referred to as spirits? So this comes from the Arabic word alghul. Alghul means spirits, evil spirits that come and possess you, and you know, like the movies. Okay, so that's the name given to alcohol, because um, it does, in fact, even when a clairvoyant like me, when we look at someone who's drinking, we can see that he's getting possessed by different energies, different spirits, and that's why alcohol happens, right? So what the Mallus have done is they throw some alcohol onto the floor for the spirits, like, hey, spirits, you drink that and don't come and possess me, kind of deal. But the spirits don't care, they'll come and sit on your head anyway. So that's why you start speaking like a different person under the influence of alcohol. All right, of course that's not a scientific explanation, but it's an explanation and it is true. Okay, so all right, why do some people completely change when they drink alcohol? Same reason, because spirit is sitting on their head. Their unhappy ancestor has come out of their body and is now sitting on their head, and now wants justice for some butthurt of 1855. And you're going to take that justice from the person in front of you. So people behave at their worst when they have alcohol. They behave really bad. Okay. So that's why some people change completely when they drink alcohol. And everybody undergoes a change in mind. It is a mind altering substance. The more the dosage, the more the mind is altered. All right. Great. What does it mean to be a social drinker? It means you're an idiot. In other words, you think that you have digestive pathways for alcohol when you don't have it. All it does is kill your brain cells, even if you drink a little. So, social drinker is another word for complete idiot. Okay, so that is what it is to be a social drinker. And are there any benefits to drinking alcohol? Yes, because in the beginning, there are some benefits. As soon as you have a little, you just feel so good. That's the benefit. That's it, finished. After the second drink, you're not feeling so good. After third one, you're not feeling so good. After the fourth one, you want to fight and kill someone, and then you'll pass out. So if you do a cost versus benefits analysis, it's very costly. Literally also very costly, and also very costly for your health, very costly for your relationships. And yes, many houses have been ruined by the drinking of alcohol. All right. Why do people like alcohol? I have an answer for this one. And the answer is very, very simple, guys. It makes you forget your problems. That's it. That's the only reason why people like alcohol. Otherwise, the taste itself is poisonous. It repels, and if you drink a lot of it, you will vomit it out. Why? Because the body is trying to get rid of poisons. It's not good for you. It's toxic. That's why you want to vomit it out. All right. Great. So let's see who else has joined us. Hi Tara. Hi Samir. Hi Suresh. Hi Divya. Hi Lavanya. Okay, great. Yeah, thank you all for revealing your names so that I can know who's here. Good. And why do some people like alcohol? Yeah, I said this. Why do some teens feel the need to do alcohol and drugs? I'll tell you why. Because number one, peer pressure. Everybody is doing it, so I also want to be cool. And then second reason is that it just helps them to change how they feel about life. Because generally, if you're a young person, society has given you ghanta. So having this ghanta tied around your neck, ghanta means nothing. Okay, nothing of value society has given you as a young person. Nothing, 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 nothing. Except the expectation that you should somehow be responsible and earn a living without any training to do so. And you should do it. So basically all young people are pissed off. And they're like, they just feel unequipped, and they feel so much pressure on themselves to do things that they don't even know how to do, haven't been taught how to do, but are expected to do already. And so obviously with all this pressure, if you have a drug or you have alcohol, you can forget about the whole thing, and then you can dance away, right? And then of course movies promote all this crap as being very cool. So people are busy trying to live the soundtrack of movies in their life. They hear the soundtrack, they play the soundtrack of movies, and they try to behave like how they see. So basically, teens are idiots. They just want to imitate what they see, and they think their parents are not cool. So now what to do? They have to do everything opposite to what their parents do. Okay. When I was a teen, it was the same. I also was an idiot, and I wanted to do all the things that I was not allowed to do. So I was doing it. Hmm? All right, cool. Right. So, what are the early signs of alcoholism? Uh, when you take that first drink and you put it in your mouth, it's already the early signs of alcoholism. Even one drink, because it's gone into your body and it's made such a big mess already, and you can't really uh, like you can't digest that thing, and it's there. It's going to make a mess. All right, it's going to be really difficult for you. Okay. All right. So just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. That was the hotel bothering me. Okay, we're back. See, I'm not at home. I'm homeless because of drinking too much alcohol in my youth. Now I have to stay in hotels, and then they bother me in the middle of webinars. Okay. Anyway, so the early signs of what kind of question is this? The moment you agree that alcohol is something that you should try out, it's early signs of alcoholism. Okay. What is this? Like, you think it's a disease that progresses slowly? No, it's a stupidity. Okay. Stupidity is the early signs of alcoholism. Okay. Yeah. Lack of intelligence. This is alcoholism. Okay. So let's see. Let's checking out the comments. Hi, Bhagishri. Hello, another Facebook user who should please give StreamYard permission to show your name, otherwise, I cannot know who you are. People also drink alcohol to show off. See, I can drink so much and I don't get drunk. Yes, of course. This is another reason why people drink. Okay. See how you show up as Facebook user if you don't give StreamYard permission. Okay. And great talk says another Facebook user who forgot to give StreamYard permission. Okay. Good. Right. Is it really very awesome not to take alcohol at all? Yes, yes, it's very awesome. If you've done that, God bless you. Congratulations. Okay. Guruji, you told us it alters the mind. So if I'm angry and I drink alcohol to lower down my anger, is it not good to cool down? Yeah. So, what will also help you cool down is cutting off your finger. Why don't you do that also? It will really help you cool down. It's a great thing. Take a hammer, hit your finger, tapak. That will help you cool down very fast. Okay. Why don't we think of more destructive ways to cool down? Yeah. How about I just burn my hair? I burn all my hair. I'll cool down. No? Hmm? I won't be angry with anyone anymore because I got to deal with my hair. That's what alcohol is. So please don't drink. How drinking alcohol spiritually bad? Does this lower down your sensation? Does this remove emotional quotient? If yes, how does this happen? Alcohol kills your brain cells. I'm not kidding. It kills your brain cells. Okay, I'm going to show you some research if you guys don't believe me. Okay, here you go. There's some research paper, general stuff. It's talking about alcohol in the brain. Alcohol is often used as a social anesthetic to anesthetic to relax or to relieve anxiety. This gives the impression that alcohol is a stimulant, but it actually works by sedating the inhibitory nerves, thus allowing the excitatory nerves to take over. So we have inhibitory nerves that stop us from doing stupid shit. Those are gone. So then the excitatory nerves, which make us do stupid shit, takes over, and this is temporary. And ultimately, alcohol acts as a depressant and sedates all the nerve cells. Brain cells are particularly sensitive to excessive exposure to alcohol. The brain shrinks even in persons who drink moderately. The extent of shrinkage is proportional to the amount of alcohol consumed. Abstinence, together with good nutrition, can reverse some of the brain damage. However, prolonged drinking beyond an individual's capacity can cause severe and irreversible damage to the vision, memory, and learning ability. Okay? Okay. Stop it, Sami. Stop drinking. Okay, stop it. Stop now. Okay, why is alcohol prohibited in Islam? Very common question. Now, I actually practiced Islam for a couple of years, so I happen to know the answer to this. The answer is that it invites a lot of spirits into your body, and then you behave like a different person, then you'll beat your wife, then you'll do all sorts of things, right? Why all this trouble? So the Prophet said, don't drink alcohol. Simple advice. Okay, it's great. I wish every religion said this. Don't drink alcohol. Anyway, do you know that the government makes a lot of money from alcohol? In fact, after the lockdown, the whole economy was revived by idiots drinking. Did you know that? So, do you want to be somebody who revives the economy for everybody else and then dies? Why you want to be that Bahubali? Huh? Okay. Are people who don't drink alcohol and don't smoke honest? It's not vodka, it's water. Sometimes, the questions people ask me, I feel like drinking alcohol. What does this even mean? Are people who don't drink alcohol and don't smoke honest? No. Anybody can be an asshole. Remember this, okay? Whether you drink or not. All right. Is alcohol good against depression? Alcohol is the main cause of depression, guys. Okay. So, like it depresses you. I already read it, right? It depresses brain function and makes you really depressed after you consume a little. First, it excites you and then it depresses you, right? So, how can alcohol be good against depression? No. There is no medicine required for depression. Today morning, I cured a guy of depression just by talking to him. You know why people get depressed? Because it produces serotonin. Being depressed produces serotonin. Being depressed means you beat yourself up. Okay? I'm a piece of shit. I can't. You cry a lot. So when you cry a lot, what happens is one part of your brain is judging the other part of your brain, right? And this perversely and illegitimately releases a neurotransmitter called serotonin, which is the chemical of well-being and also the chemical of status. So it makes you feel a little high. So every time you're depressed, you're actually getting high illegitimately. The right way to earn serotonin is to be of value to people. Who wants to do that? There's so much work. But that's the only sustainable way to produce serotonin. Okay. If you try the other way, the quick way to produce serotonin is put someone down. Right? If you put somebody else down, they'll slap you. You're afraid of that. So you put yourself down. And then you produce serotonin. You don't do it consciously. You just figure this out unconsciously and it's just happening. Okay. So you need to wake up and slap yourself out of it, which is what I did. Today morning, I helped a guy to step out of his serotonin. And then he started calling me Happy Guru as opposed to Sad Guru. Anyway, whatever. It's so funny. So, does alcohol help with anxiety? How often is alcohol used to self-medicate social anxiety? Yeah, alcohol helps with anxiety, but it also kind of destroys your life. Okay. So it temporarily helps you with anxiety because you can't feel anything, right? That's like, can electric shocks help you with anxiety? Yes, it can. But should you be taking it? No, you shouldn't. That's the same, apply the same logic to alcohol, okay? So would you go and give yourself electric shocks every time you're anxious? Then don't poison yourself every time you're anxious, okay? How often is alcohol used to self-medicate social anxiety? The whole country's economy is running on it, so obviously it's pretty often, right? I mean, alcohol revived us from the losses of the lockdown. Okay, so that's how often it's used to medicate. Some people killed themselves because they didn't have access to alcohol during the lockdown. Did you know that? Anyway, that's how bad it is. Is it true that alcohol's damage upon the body isn't really all that serious and all one needs is to become rehydrated to feel better? Well, this is a myth, my friend. I'm sorry to bust your myth, but this is not true. Okay? It is not true that the damage to the body isn't all that serious. It's pretty serious. It, that's why I got this. Bam, ba, bam. Alcohol in the brain, I already told you. Alcohol in the liver, the capillaries that surround the digestive tract merge into veins that carry alcohol laden blood to the liver. Here, the veins branch and rebranch into capillaries that touch every living liver cell. The liver, being situated at this point along the circulatory system, enables it to remove toxic substances before they reach other organs such as the heart or the brain. And the liver is the only organ that can dispose of significant quantities of alcohol, but its maximum rate of alcohol clearance is fixed. This explains why only time will restore sobriety and exercise does not help because muscles cannot metabolize alcohol. When alcohol is consumed, the liver speeds up the synthesis of fatty acids. Number one, you get fatty liver. Fat accumulation has been observed in the livers of young men after a single night of heavy drinking. If the condition persists for more than a day, fatty liver, the first stage of liver deterioration starts. So if it's more than a day, that's Saturday and Sunday if you drink, and people go and drink every day for 1 week. Okay, Saturday and Sunday if you drink, it's enough. And even I mean, if the condition persists for more than a day, fatty liver occurs. So most of you who drink already have fatty liver. It interferes with the distribution of nutrients and oxygen to the liver cells. And if the condition lasts long enough, fibrous scar tissue invades the liver. Okay, that's because the liver also starts getting infected. And then that condition is called fibrosis. Fibrosis also is reversible if you stop drinking and you have good nutrition. But the next and the last stage, called cirrhosis, is not reversible. In cirrhosis, liver cells harden, they turn orange, and they lose function forever as they die. So, the long term effects of alcohol. Um, it takes a toll on the body. For example, alcohol is directly toxic to skeletal and cardiac muscles. So, all your muscles become weak, deteriorate, and then makes heart disease more likely. And chronic use raises your blood pressure. Upon autopsy, the heart of an alcoholic appears bloated and weighs twice as much as a normal heart. Okay, you get a heavy heart. And alcoholism also leads to cancers of the mouth, throat, esophagus, lungs. Four in one. And some, yeah, okay. Diabetes, guaranteed. Ulcers, you can have that too. Severe psychological depression, wo bhi le lo. Impaired immune response, ye bhi hai. Central nervous system damage, ye bhi le lo. Malnutrition, congratulations. Bone deterioration and osteoporosis, ye bhi. And causes the stomach cells to over-secrete acid and an agent of the immune system called histamine that produces inflammation everywhere. Then these changes make the stomach and the esophagus lining vulnerable to ulcer formation. Right? Ulcers also. Wow, 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 wow. Intestinal cells fail to absorb important vitamins. Liver cells lose their efficiency in activating vitamin D. Then your bones will crumble and bile cannot be excreted. Rod cells in the retina of the eye which normally process vitamin A, retinol, um, find themselves processing ethanol. You have alcohol in your eyes. Wow, what a vision. Okay, so that's why everything will go buzz, buzz, buzz. And then it displaces food and interferes with the body's use of nutrients, making them ineffective even if they're present. So whatever you eat then won't be digested. And it like depletes your vitamins and da 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 da. God, it's terrible. Okay, it's terrible, right? How many of you agree that this is terrible? Please write terrible in the chat box. How many of you agree that this is terrible? What I just read. Alcohol's damage upon the body is really all that serious, and all one needs is to become rehydrated. Just drink water. Slap that fellow who says this to you. Okay, slap him hard. Okay, all right. So what's this? How long does our body take to completely detox, recover? It never recovers. It never recovers. Okay. I'm still suffering from all the drinking that I've done. I may look very healthy, yes, but I've worked really hard. Believe me, I've worked really, really hard to get myself into shape. I've studied really, really hard, and that's how I got into shape. Ordinary people don't have the motivation like me to get better, so they never get better. Okay. What about psychiatric drugs? Just as bad, my friend. Just as bad. You want me to take research paper of psychiatric drugs and read you the same slaps? Stop it. Yes, terrible, 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 say people. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing. Okay. Everyone stop drinking now. Just stop it. God, it's so bad. It's terrible. Is it healthy to drink small amounts of someone slap this person also? I mean, the answer is no, 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 no. This was a research paper that's botched up, and you can watch the video on nutritionfacts.org. That this research was botched up. Okay, they made some research about wine being healthy, sponsored by who? Wine company sponsors the research, so that the results are that if you drink a little bit of wine, it's healthy. Okay, it is botched research. I don't remember the exact details of how it's botched up, but those who are curious go and say, "Is wine healthy?" by Dr. Greger. Michael Greger. Okay, go and search for that video and watch it 10 times till your eyes bleed. Okay, and then drink that. Okay. I'm 60. I'm a lifelong heavy beer drinker. Okay, you won't be 70, bro. I'm relatively healthy now. Are if I don't have cirrhosis yet, will I get it? You probably have cirrhosis, but if you don't have and you stop drinking, then yes. ये lifelong beer drinker ये क्या क्या है यार? See, I can understand identity. I'm Hindu, I'm Muslim, I'm Indian. ये तो ठीक है यार. Lifelong beer drinker ये क्या identity है? क्या बना के रखा है? क्या तमाशा है? This is tamasha, man. Stop with tamasha, man. Okay. Which organ is affected by taking too much alcohol? Every organ, because it gets into your blood, and then everything is there. Okay. Even erectile dysfunction you'll get. Okay. Toing. That also will happen. Everything will be affected. Why do people become alcoholics? So the reason is that it helps you, it gives you a shortcut in life. Without dealing with your problems, you can feel better, isn't it? That's why people become alcoholic. Shortcut hai. Shortcut hai. Okay? So don't take the shortcut. Why is alcohol a legal drug? Because it makes a lot of money, Baba. People who drink are running the economy. Like, thank you very much for running the economy. We really appreciate it. But I don't want any of my friends and people I know to drink. Neither do I want my patients to drink. Okay? So if you don't know me at all, then drink because you're running the economy. Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate your sacrifice. You won't be there to enjoy it. We'll enjoy it on your behalf by not drinking. Okay. Great. Until everybody stops drinking, we are not going to find an alternative for the economy. So some people are going to run the economy. Okay. All right. Is alcohol good or bad for a cough? It's terrible for a cough. It's so terrible, terrible for a cough. Okay. This is another myth that if you drink brandy with hot water and pepper in it, you'll get better. You're getting better only because of the pepper, not the brandy. And yeah, the hot water helps. Okay. Next time, just drink hot water and pepper. Forget about the brandy, and you still feel better. Instead, if you put some honey in it, like real honey, not some you know mutilated sugar syrup which they sell you in the medical store, not that, but good genuine forest honey if you can get from somewhere, that helps. And ginger helps. Why not ginger? Just chew a piece of ginger and it's better for your cough than any amount of alcohol. Okay. In fact, alcohol is bad for the cough because it promotes different kinds of bacteria to grow that feed off on that alcohol. Okay. It's really bad for your cough. Hmm. If you're getting better from a cough, just thank your immune system. It's not the alcohol. Can I drink wine or liquor when I'm on intermittent fasting? The worst thing to do is to drink alcohol when you're fasting because it gets to the brain faster and it damages your brain cells faster. Soon you won't remember your name. Okay. Why do I feel thirsty after drinking alcohol? Because it dehydrates you. It produces certain chemicals that kind of make you empty your bladder. Wait, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Da, 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 da. Is there somewhere? Checking, checking. It was after the brain stuff. Yes, alcohol depresses the pituitary gland's production of the antidiuretic hormone vasopressin. So um, the resulting loss of water, yeah, because vasopressin is depressed, vasopressin production gets depressed, then the body starts losing water. And the only fluid that can relieve dehydration is water. But if alcoholic beverages are the only drinks available, then guess what happens? Each drink worsens the thirst. And the water takes with it important minerals. That's why people drink beer and they go to the loo to pee, right? These minerals are vital to the maintenance of the body's fluid balance, nerve and muscle action and coordination, and they must be replenished immediately to prevent deficiency. An awful feeling of headache, pain, unpleasant taste in the mouth, and nausea that one experiences in the morning after drinking too much is called a hangover. Alcohol not only causes the body to lose water, but actually reduces water content in the brain cells. When these cells take in water and rehydrate in the morning, pain accompanies their swelling back to the normal size. So, getting pain in your brain cells, that's what a headache is. Okay? It's not like something like, oh God, and people who drink when they're pregnant, you're just killing your child, okay? Yeah. What is the reason alcoholics just can't stop after one drink? I told you it's because it's solving a problem. They don't have to think about their wife, they don't have to think about their mother-in-law, they don't have to think about their EMIs. Can you stop? You'll have to actually work hard and then, pay off the EMI and work hard on your relationship and tell your mother-in-law to shut up. But you don't have the guts to do these things. So then what happens? Just have another drink. That's why they can't stop. Okay, lack of guts and lack of honesty to do the honest thing and get out of it in an honest way and a permanent, sustainable way. Instant gratification versus sustainable living. This is a problem in life, right? Okay. I've heard from a lot of people, and I hope a professional can chime in. I'm a professional. Is an alcoholic always an alcoholic? No, people can change. Look, I'm not an alcoholic anymore. Will they always have an inability to control their alcohol consumption? No, that's also not true. You need some techniques. You need a guru like my guru. I can be a good guru. and teach you and slap you enough to get you out of these problems. All right? Contact me. Can excessive amounts of alcohol create edema? If so, must there be underlying health conditions in addition to the alcohol consumption? Well, actually, alcohol dehydrates you. But it does, in fact, sometimes cause edema when there is also an accompanying lymphatic dysfunction. So then, if your liver is so screwed, then the lymphatic system takes the burden of getting rid of the alcohol. So then it just catches all the alcohol and then holds it in one place, thinking what to do next. That's what the edema is. And slowly, 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 it's taken out if you stop drinking ever. Otherwise, the edema just follows you. All right. So the edema is lymphatic fluid trying to take the alcohol away from your internal organs. And how much alcohol does it take to damage a liver? This much. And I'm 31 years old and I don't drink often, but at least once a week. You will not make it to 61. When I do, I can't stop drinking bottle after bottle. Now your age just reduced to 51, you're dying, okay? I can't stop drinking bottle after bottle until I pass out. Is there something wrong with you? Yes, there is. You want the short way out. You don't want to face all the negative stuff in your life and then solve it, okay? You got to do that. Everybody's got to do that work. So contact me and I'll help you do that work. Why is my alcoholic boyfriend pushing me away now that he has stopped drinking alcohol? He realizes he's not in love with you because he's not high anymore. Okay. All right. Let's take some other questions. Does alcohol and cough syrup also have the same effect on our body? Yes, absolutely. Why do some cough syrups have alcohol in the first place? Well, somebody gave them the idea that alcohol solves cough, and actually, it just makes people high and they forget to cough. Okay. So it doesn't solve the underlying cause of cough, which is bacterial infection. In fact, it grows it. So Western medicine is famous for, uh, you know, just treating the symptoms and not the cause. Okay, thanks. If you have any other questions, leave it here, guys. I'm happy to answer. Okay, like why is my alcoholic boyfriend pushing me away now that he stopped drinking alcohol? Because you're drinking, and he doesn't want to start drinking again, and he doesn't know who you are. Because when he fell in love with you, he was drunk. And now he's like, what did I do? Okay, he's getting sober now. So don't worry about it. You also stop drinking. Both of you can find new lovers. When you wake up shaking and sweating, is it a sign of alcohol abuse? I have been drinking a bottle of vodka per day for 3 weeks and I have these symptoms, but only 6 mg of Alprazolam gets me back. You just stop drinking, man. Just stop. Okay. If anybody needs help to stop drinking, contact me. I'll give you such tagda slaps you'll stop drinking. Okay? My boyfriend doesn't drink every day nor every weekend, but when he does, he binge drinks and he turns very confrontational. His drinking creates many fights. Is this a sign of alcoholism? It's a sign of a bad relationship, okay, where you both don't have any goal in life, and that's why you're both kind of depressed. You have other ways to deal with your depression, and he drinks, okay, and the drama that ensues helps you to deal with your depression. You both need some goals in life, like how to be of value to other people, kind of thing. If you're able to do that, then you'll be able to stop and get out of this drama. Also, my Karma Visarjana course is happening, guys. You really need this. Everybody. You really all need this. Regardless of whether you've done the course before or not, you really need this. Okay. Please go here. Please go here and register for it. Read first properly and then understand that this is something that can change the way that you've been reacting negatively to things and crying internally. And the reason why you need alcohol itself will be removed by this course. It's an amazing course. It's a great place to start, and it costs as much as a bottle of good vodka. Okay, please come. All right. Then, oh my God, what are these questions? Okay. So yeah, binge drinks, confrontational, many fights. Do karma visarjana course. You have a runanubandha with the boyfriend, which is a karmic debt where he is angry with you from something you did in a previous birth. I'll teach you how to remove all this crap. Okay. My partner of 6 years is verbally abusive only when he drinks. He's not an alcoholic. Yeah, keep telling yourself. But he drinks with his mates on the odd weekend. Okay. And behaves badly. The rest of the time, he's nice as pie. Wow, pray. Is his name Pie? What to do? Get another pie. Okay. Ask him to do my karma visarjana course. Or you do it first. Okay. I'm serious. Partners of people who are alcoholics, please do my course. And I promise you, your life will improve after that. That's the only way to deal with it. You can't do counseling, you can't do psychiatry, you can't do anything at this point. All right. Is it physically possible for an alcoholic to drink 4 Mickeys a day without dying immediately? Well, now I have to Google what the hell Mickey is. What is a Mickey? Can't find it. Oh, Mickey alcohol. It's a malt liquor made by the Miller Brewing Company. Okay. Yeah, 4 Mickeys a day, and then what? Without dying immediately. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. He'll die slowly. Okay. All right. If an alcoholic only drinks after 5 p.m., but he does it every single night, are they in physical alcohol withdrawal every single day until that first drink at 5 p.m.? Uh, Alcohol withdrawal is just bad emotions. Okay, that's all it is. So to deal with those bad emotions, they drink alcohol. So if you're not drinking alcohol, you're already in alcohol withdrawal. Okay? It's the same with smoking withdrawal. It's just bad emotions. You have to deal with all those bad emotions. It's naturally coming because your life is not going decently. So you need to fix them. If you need to fix your life, then you won't have the negative emotions. All right. How do you deal with an alcoholic? Uh, First, I scare them properly, and then I tell them uh, how they can get results in the legal way and the legitimate way rather than the shortcut way. Okay. Usually it works. All right. And I do karma visarjana. This one, this damn thing. Okay. This one. Go here. This will help you to easily deal with alcoholics. Okay. Yeah, that's how I deal with alcoholics. All right. As a recovering alcoholic, will people hate me, hate my wife to be, and hate being at a wedding reception if we don't serve alcohol? No, not really. If they do, then you better hate them back and get better people in your life. Okay? If you're recovering and you decided to stop drinking, I love you. Yeah, that's the best thing you could ever do right now. When has somebody decided to stop drinking and why? Because when you really get some goals in life and you decide to actually find the respect of people and set right all of your emotions and remove all your karmas, then the person decides to stop drinking and then sustains it. Otherwise, they go back to it. There are many times people stop because others are putting pressure on them to stop and then they go drink on the sly as an act of rebellion and they're double enjoying the rebellion and the alcohol. Okay. All right. And I have a strange question about drinking. It's called what about Surya Namaskar? Do not do Surya Namaskar after drinking because it circulates everything faster and it's going to go reach your brain faster. Okay. All right. What if you're asking if Surya Namaskar kind of compensates for drinking? No, it doesn't. Okay. What is your perception of those who enjoy a glass of wine to celebrate something? Idiots. So never when they're at a low point. Idiots. Yeah, yeah. I already explained this. This is the main perception I have of such people. Okay? Don't bloody drink. Don't make an argument. I'm young. When am I going to have this chance to drink again? I want to enjoy. I want to drink. Just like take hand, slap yourself. Put tack, both sides. Hard, harder, harder. I'm not there to slap you, know. You slap yourself. Okay, do it now. Okay. I already told you that we cannot metabolize alcohol beyond a point. We're equipped to metabolize really small points of alcohol. Where the hell do you think the rest of that alcohol goes? To your brain and kills your brain cells. And I read a whole list of things. Please watch this talk again if you're not scared enough. All right. Why am I finding it so hard to stop drinking? I'm scared to go to meetings alone and I don't know what to do anymore. Today I am 3 days off drinking. What can I do to make it stick? Well, what you can do, my friend, is something very important. It's to take stock of how you have not been of value to this world and start being of value to this world. Make a sincere intention that I'm going to get my highs and my status and everything from being of value to other people. Once you make up your mind to do that, you'll be free of drinking forever. Okay? Yes. Otherwise, you can't stop drinking because you're being of no value, right? Okay? Hmm. All of this drinking, smoking is hopeless, but why does it feel like it's all that you need? Because it's a shortcut, brother, to feeling that you are already amazing. To release status neurotoxins, no, not neurotoxins, neurotransmitters illegitimately, and then suffer the consequences of having used them all up. Okay, so it's like a yo-yo. It's not stable, it's not sustainable. Instant gratification versus sustainable, responsible development. Which one do you want? Okay. Is it okay to drink almost a bottle of wine every day? I am 60. You won't last till 70. In very good shape. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter about your shape. It's inside your heart will be double the size and your liver will be 4 times the size. Okay. I always drink the same quantity. A little less than a bottle. No risk to drink more. I have been doing this. Okay, the question is so long that it's not even fitting in here. But anyway, Mr. 60-year-old or Miss 60-year-old, whatever you are, uh, bottle of wine looks like a woman. Okay, in very good shape. Are you shaped like a wine bottle? A little less than a bottle. Oh, and the rest goes to who? Your dog. Hey, stop it. Just stop it. You're going to die soon. Okay. Before you do irreversible damage to yourself, stop it. Why does alcohol make you sick? Because it's a toxin. सीधी सी बात है. We don't have pathways to metabolize it. Okay. How do you get alcohol out of the body quickly? Food pump. They do food pump, right? They need to pump it out quickly. There's no other way. Metabolically, there's no way. What happens when you stop drinking alcohol altogether? Depends on how advancedly messed up your liver is. Mine was very advancedly messed up. So I think I've lost a part of my liver function and also part of my brain function has been gone. Okay. So imagine, even without my whole brain, I feel that I'm pretty sharp, but how much sharper could I have been with my whole brain? And without my liver also, I'm kind of managing. I'm really working hard, guys. I worked really, really hard to get rid of it. I don't think people have that kind of strength to work so hard like how I worked. Okay. But if you want to, I'll coach you. If you want to work hard, get in touch. Okay. When you stop drinking alcohol altogether, you're my best friend. I'll help you. Okay. Does drinking alcohol damage the brain? Yeah, duh. Of course. Is alcoholism a disease? No, it's not. It's laziness to actually be of value to other people. Okay, that's what it is. It's not a disease. It's a mindset. Does alcohol lead to obesity or weight gain? Of course it does. You have fatty liver. You can't process fat anymore. What happens to the fat? Goes and sits in your body, right? It goes on producing fat too. There are no like thin alcoholics. I mean, they are because they've got started to decay inside. But inside, if you cut them open, it'll be all fat. Right? It's just not sitting on their arms and legs because now even that metabolic pathway has been stopped, and so um, it's gonna just they just have loosies every day. Like they have like diarrhea every day, and it just whatever they eat goes out. Are there proven long-term effects caused by alcohol? Ask Google Mata, she will show you. Okay, there are a lot of proven long-term effects. Why is drinking alcohol linked with the cause of cancer? Because it activates certain cancer genes. It's a known carcinogen. Okay. Does alcohol increase blood pressure? Yes, it does. It damages your arteries so bad that your blood pressure increases permanently. Does alcohol interfere with muscle building? Yes, it does. It eats up your muscles. Okay, so that's 47 questions. Does anybody else have any other questions on alcohol? I'm going to answer them. Okay. What is it? How does alcohol affect sleep? I remember having a hard time falling asleep when I used to drink. Yes, it definitely affects your sleep because it affects your brain and you don't produce, and it uses up all your serotonin and making you feel like everything is all right. So, serotonin gets converted to melatonin, and melatonin is the sleep hormone. So, if you don't have enough serotonin, you won't have enough melatonin, so you won't sleep. And how does alcohol impact your dream state? You have a poor quality of sleep, so you will have some poor quality dreams, and then you might have nightmares as well because you start releasing adrenaline in response to all the toxicity in your body. So, whenever adrenaline releases while you're sleeping, you have a nightmare. Okay, wow, I know a lot about this. Anybody else has questions? I'm the local authority on alcoholism. What do you want to know? If you have any questions, ask me, and I'll tell you. If you're too ashamed to ask in public, then send it to me privately, and I'll answer you privately. Okay, I stand committed to helping other people drop alcohol the way I dropped it and to become healthy. I've really worked hard on my body, and I've gotten strong, and I've gotten I want to have an immortal body now. That is my goal. I just realized that if you don't fall sick, you won't die. Everybody I know who died, they died of an illness. Okay, except those who died in an accident. Okay, so if you don't get into an accident and you don't have any sickness, you're literally immortal. You don't have to age. Even aging is because of sickness, because of lack of nutrition, because of so many other things, wrong emotions. The only three things that can make you sick: wrong emotions, wrong food, wrong exercise, or lack of exercise. That's it. These three things can make you sick. So if you don't know how to move, that's why I went to Pondicherry. I stayed there for a year and I learned from the best teacher in the world on how to exercise your internal organs and set your liver straight. And I did it. I went there, I learned from him. I learned how to detoxify my liver, and then I did my blood test. And oh my God, it became like a child's liver. Okay, I just cleaned up everything. So who wants to do that? Who wants to get into a proper lifestyle of a yogi? Get in touch with me, and I'll help you to do this. All right, great. I hope you all got some value from this. If you have got value and you have no more questions, type GVNQ in the chat box so I can go have my dinner. Has everybody got value? Please let me know. I hope you got all your questions answered as well. If you have any more questions, just shoot it. I'm still willing to postpone my dinner by 5 minutes. If you have questions, ask away. Okay, I'm waiting for your response. If you have no questions, type NQ. Okay, all right. Oh, wait, great. Questions are coming. All right. Okay. Meenakshi says, got value, no questions. Okay, great. Kushagra is asking, does Agama Karma play any role in drinking, especially for certain groups like Irish, Australian, Punjabi, and even Mallus? Yes, Agama Karma is very active, and that's what made it okay for me to drink from my ancestors. Hmm. My mom is Mallu. Thank you, mom. Okay. Westerners drink a lot. Is it a part of their life? Are they all suffering? Well, yeah, of course they are. Their liver is not made in I don't know where, made in the moon or made in Mars. The liver is also made here on Earth only, makes the same way only. And the reason why people drink is to forget any of their problems. And then they say this is social and this is that and this is this. But really, it helps you not fight with your family, the first drink. And after the fourth drink, you're fighting with your family anyway, right? Of course, there's suffering. Italians keep hitting each other, I think. Okay. Got value, no questions, says Yuvraj. Thank you. Got value, no questions, says Shashank. How does karma visarjana help with the people stopping drinking? Good question. So, with karma visarjana, we remove the root software that's causing you to drink. For example, if you have an agama karma inherited from your ancestors, which is making you drink, we'll remove it. I'll teach you how to remove it. If you've got the runanubandha, which is that is a painful relationship that's making you drink, we'll help you remove it. And then if you've got any other kind of uh, karma which is making you drink, we'll remove it. That's it. That's how it works. Okay. So for everybody who's curious about this, go read this page and register. And I'll see you for the most epic session on karma visarjana. I'm gonna see you there on this Saturday and Sunday. Okay. So looks like I'll have to stay back in Mysore 2 more days for me to be able to finish that. All right. Great, 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 great. But I'm going to do this. It's going to be very epic. It's going to be very, very epic. The Saturday and Sunday is the first time I'm going to teach you some amazing techniques that I didn't teach in the other two karma visarjanas. Yeah, because it's become real fast for me now. Just been practicing sincerely, getting blessings from the goddess, and I'm getting a lot of techniques, which I'm going to teach you. Okay, great. And great, great, great. Now, got value, no questions, says Smiti. Thank you. Vijay says, awesome session, very informative. Thank you. Meenakshi's cracking up about made in Mars because she lives in the West. And Stephanie says, suffering, we lost God or God was devalued. Yeah, possibly, Stephanie. Because it's one sad thing I find about Western civilization is that everyone's atheist. And you've really lost out on a power that's within you to change things without uh, struggle. You lost out on the lazy way of life. When you lose out on God, you lose out on the lazy way of life. Anyway, got value, no questions. Got value, no questions. So thank you everybody for watching. And if you think that this was worth watching, then please share it and stay tuned so that we can entertain you, educate you, edutain you with new information every week. Every Saturday I come live, usually at 8 o'clock. Today I had to do 9 o'clock because I had other work, but usually 8 o'clock. Lavanya says, when is the next Karma Visarjana? It's on the 6th and the 7th. And those who want to know about Karma Visarjana, boom, go here. All details are here. Go and check it out. bit.ly/karmav21. Do it. Okay, I hope you noted this down. All right, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much, all of you. You've been a great audience, and you'll be an even greater audience when you hit share, share it, share it. Thank you very much. Good night.